Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. Quick update here on ETH, seeing what's going on. It's providing us with an interesting pattern here, but also a lot of confirming factors too. So as per usual, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that it's best not to take a trade specifically on one trading pattern. It's important to look at everything. And again, Elliott wave, whatever the case is, it's great and all, but by itself, utterly useless without confirming factors, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at those if there are any and double check to see if it's worthwhile taking a short or a long or what the deal is here with ETH and just kind of verify a few things. Quick congrats to our community here for some awesome trades here. We took an Aave short late last week, 28% over the weekend, and Bitcoin 30%. 29% rather, in the last 3 days there from a short that we took. So we basically shorted from 60K to 57K to make it simple for you. And ETH has been on my list of potential coins to trade for a little while here. If we can see, if we look here, we've got a lot of liquidation above the price action. That's a pretty significant amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, somewhere in the range of 6 to 7 billion right there at about 2750, that range. We zoom out a little bit, we can see pretty heavy concentration in that area there, just kind of confirming the local high, and again, perhaps even confirming a triple top. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but generally speaking, triple tops do have a tendency of breaking down. There's more likelihood of that. However, if there's other confirming factors, which we are seeing here, then there's a decent chance we could see the price action continue higher. So again, important not to just put on the blinders and just strictly trade one pattern, right? So let's look at the daily time frame, work our way down, and we're going to compare this also with Bitcoin, seeing how it's progressing, because Bitcoin's being fairly sporadic, while ETH is looking mildly consistent here today. I'll explain here in a minute. So let's take a look at the moving averages firstly on the daily, kind of see where we're at. So again, we're below all moving averages. Daily time frame looks fairly poor. Okay, now that doesn't mean that you just take a short with no regard. That just implies that the overall sentiment here is still fairly bearish, and then if you do take a long, you want to make sure you secure profits in a specific and organized kind of way. You don't just take a long to the moon. Don't listen to any moon boys out there. ETH isn't going to 5,000 tomorrow. It's just not a thing. What it can do is it can likely run to the next key level resistance or potentially retrace because there is a triple top forming here. Again, if Bitcoin drops, different story altogether, ETH will drop with it. But it does look like ETH is pairing itself well with Bitcoin. So we got a MACD convergence on the horizon. Hasn't happened yet, but it's gaining momentum, which is a good sign. Stochastic RSI is still swinging up. Minus RSI and the SMAs, most things look pretty decent here. Okay. Now again, keep in mind the money flow index is going to be off because this is a 14-day lag and it's going to be averaging out this most recent decrease. So it will naturally show you that MFI is low when truth be told it's not. You actually look here in the last the 4-hour time frame rather. This basically is the last 2.5 trading days. If you take the last 14 candles, you can see money flow index is high. We're over 50 on the RSI. Very few coins can say that. Stochastic swinging up, and MACD is converging here. Okay, so these are all very positive signs. Okay, you take that and you kind of combine that with a triple top. You kind of get a little bit of a conundrum here, right? Kind of a false positive, perhaps. But if you compare this, and let's take a look at the hourly too, just so you can get perspective. First of all, hourly time frame, let's just clarify, check this off the board. Lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines over the baseline, and of course we got the, well, perfect. This is exactly what we're looking for. We've got 3 or 4 hours above the cloud. So there's a good solid confirming factor here for ETH in taking a long position. But what we also want to look at too, we don't just blindly take a long. Let's look at how well or poorly ETH is doing compared to Bitcoin. So here's the Bitcoin chart. We can see prices establishing lower highs and lower lows. When we take a look at ETH, we can see that while we are establishing lower lows, we're establishing parallel highs. Okay. Generally speaking, it's going to break out because this is a broadening type of wedge pattern, and the likelihood of the price going up is pretty high. It may pull back one more time, perhaps to fulfill its triple top, but I don't think so. I think we're more likely to see the price continue further up here. So ETH has my thumbs up on a long position. Pending Bitcoin doesn't drop to 57 or lower, I think we should be in solid shape here to see ETH continue higher. All right, folks, that's what we got there for you. Hope you have a good learning experience. I'm going to post this playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. If you're not familiar, that's available here. In my Discord, make sure if you are part of my group, you reference our trade alerts. I'm going to go ahead and post an Ethereum trade alert here. These inevitably become signals. Just kind of letting you know my thoughts on trades that I'm planning to take before I take them. All right, thanks again for your time, folks. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.